Tuesday afternoon. Yes, it is a Tuesday afternoon, and this is your homeboy, Jaime and Fuego, here on episode 10 of season 2 of the Jaime and Fuego Rock Show. Bienvenidos, welcome homies. We can definitely feel just that sweaty, sticky nastiness outside. I just got back from a little bit of training action at work at the day job, but this radio show is basically what I like to do in the off time when I am not doing a little bit of restaurant work, which is how I pay the predominance of the bills, but I also write for Examiner.com as the Phoenix Concerts Examiner, primarily covering national acts when they're coming to town. But this show is basically to put the spotlight and give a shout out to bands locally from here in Arizona that are playing shows every night, and I think that they need to have some attention drawn and brought to them. So the guys that I'm going to be discussing today, they hail from up north. They're from Flagstaff, so them playing a show at the Rogue Bar in South Scottsdale tonight, dealing with this type of weather, they're probably not too stoked on that, but I'm sure they are very excited to play, and you should be excited for them playing, because they're just at the Rogue for only $5, and the coolest thing about these two cats, besides the fact that their music is just riff-tastic rock with flourishes of alternative and blues and even like kind of a older school country twanginess to them. But, they're also a two-piece, and they bring a ginormous sound for being just a two-piece. And these cats are actually in a couple other bands. Jeff, the guitarist, he's also in a band called Mercy Fall, another one called Citizen Media, Corvo Radio. The drummer, he actually comes from a band called Telescope. His name's Mike, and yet these guys are conjuring something so massive with just two dudes, I must admit. And you're going to hear in a moment how impressive it is. It is very cool. I love two pieces. I mean, just Local H, one of my absolute favorite bands. Rest goes without saying. There's, everyone likes to point to the White Stripes, but I show love to Local H. Those, garage, grunge guys are just badass. So this is Enormodome, and they're the cats from up north, and I'm about to play for you. And the song that is about to just annihilate your ears with awesomeness is called Automatic Static. So that's what you got coming at you right now. Prepare yourselves, y'all. Here it comes.
Static.
bombastic righteousness there, right? Once again, everybody, that was Enormodome, and that was their track Automatic Static. And I must admit, as I've said their name 2 or 3 times now to myself while listening back to that track, I was like, man, I keep thinking of like technodromes and all this 90s nostalgia of sorts for me, Ninja Turtles and whatnot. But back to the subject at hand, that Enormodome, say it with me twice, Enormodome, get that ingrained into your head, badass name. They're playing the Rogue tonight, and that's in South Scottsdale. But something that I really want to make mention of is that they are on the cusp of releasing here in a few months their debut album. So the track that you heard was from kind of their self-titled EP, and that was to get some momentum going and get some production work done by acclaimed Nashville producer Jay Hall, and he's actually the cat who worked on their debut album with them, which is entitled Big Boy Machines, and that's this killer artwork that you're looking at right now. So that's going to be out in a few months, so please keep an ear to the pulse for that. I'm not sure if any of these 3 tracks on their EP, the one that I mentioned, which is actually available for download for free on Reverb Nation and on Enormodome's SoundCloud page. So please download those. That's what I did. All 3 songs are absolutely killer. Before the proceedings are over here in a few minutes, you're going to get to hear one more of those tracks. But so yeah, please do check them out. Keep an eye out for that Righteous debut album. That will surely be just music to our ears, to use that old cliched phrase. So that's only $5 at the Rogue tonight. Everything's getting underway around 7-8 o'clock. There's also a whole slate of other bands, but I'm not even going to toss their names out. Not that they're without merit, but because Enormodome is the band which we are, keeping the focus upon today. So before I play this last song of theirs, which is called I'm Gonna Love You, I want to say how much I love all of you for keep the attention on the show. It doesn't matter whether I'm, covering French folk singers like I did on my last episode, or whether I'm doing death metal from the likes of, Scattered Guts, or whoever the heck it may be, whether it's rock or metal or folk or, whatever. I'm just happy for all of the support that you guys are constantly bringing to bands that are, from our Grand Canyon state, home state of AZ, but, they're worth all of our attention, much more so than even these words that I'm throwing out for them. Their music is obviously why I'm here and why I want all of you to tune in. So please jump on to my YouTube channel. You can find me by Googling Jaime and Fuego. You'll find this channel where you can subscribe, and we can make sure to keep this momentum rolling and more exposure for all these killer bands. You'll also find my work on Examiner.com, which is where I have all the written stuff published, at least the recent stuff. And I have an article coming on the Black Flag Show here in a couple days. So y'all can be stoked about that. And you can also connect with me on Twitter and Facebizzle and all that social media crepe. It's a necessary evil, and I do like keeping in touch with all of you. You got some smack to talk or some feedback to kick at me, that's totally sweet. Also, always looking for recommendations, for a band that some of you might think is worthwhile and should be covered. So, once again, a grande gracias, everybody. And I'm going to leave you with one more sweet serenade of sound that's going to give you probably a nice kick in the balls. This is called I'm Gonna Love You, once again by our homies in Enormodome. So check them out at the Rogue tonight, just $5, and I look forward to talking with all of you más mañana. Adios.
I take the train to town every day. I take the train